Hello, welcome to The Morning Touch. I'm Darwin Campbell. The Morning Touch, brought to you by Samaritan Touch Homeless Services, where we meet the homeless right where they are. As you can see, I'm wearing a sling. I just had a medical procedure that has slowed me down and given me soreness and pain as the new unit kicks in and performs and functions. But like things in life, the show must go on. Like a famous star dance actor practicing on the stage for the big event, for the big show review. And all of a sudden she slips and she breaks her leg, leaving her unable to perform. In spite of that, the show continues, makes its grand entrance. They don't pack up and leave town. The show is a great success. Why? Because in spite of that young lady breaking her leg on stage the night before the event, the show must go on. You know, I share that thought because I want us to think about our own lives and our own stories. Many of us hurt. Many of us are ill. Many of us have gone through surgeries. Many of us are in recovery. Through the nerves and through the fear and the doubt and the pain, the show must go on. And you say, brother, why aren't you resting? Well, I am to some degree, but I realize the show must go on. And you say, well, where do you get that strength and motivation? I get it from Jesus. Jesus has taught me that in spite of anxiety, fear, pain, doubt, the show must go on. In John chapter 9, verses 4 and 5, the Bible says there, I must work the works of him that sent me. While it's day, the night cometh when no man can work. As long as I'm in the world, I'm the light of the world. My little aches and pains, my surgical procedures, my fears and doubts and frustrations are nothing compared to what Jesus went through. Jesus, the great teacher, the master teacher, shows this pastor this very important thing. The show must go on. The work of the Father must be completed. I may feel tired. I may feel run down. I may not feel 100%, but the show must go on. Jesus taught me the show must go on. I must be about my Father's business. I must be about my Father's business as Jesus was about the Father's business, working while it is day. Even in Luke chapter 22 and verse 42, when it seemed that what Jesus was about to do didn't make sense, Jesus brought it all together when he said, let not this cup pass from me, but if it is to pass, if not, thy will be done. Not my will, but thy will be done. The show must go on. Jesus in the garden suffered great stress, pain, little doubt, maybe some fear, short on nerves. He wasn't feeling 100%. But the show must go on. They came, they took him, they beat him, they mocked him. He was crucified on the cross while people were saying, crucify him. But yet, the ultimate purpose of the coming of Christ, John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. The show must go on. I know sometimes we're a little inconvenienced. And we're hurt. We start making excuses as human beings why we can't do this, why we can't do that, why we can't go here, why we can't go there. And you say, brother, you got that big bandage on your chest, you've got 20 staples and about 15 stitches in your chest, but yet you're up preaching the gospel. You know why? Because the show must go on. I find my strength in Jesus, knowing what he did. I'm not making an excuse. I'm getting up and doing what I can, with what I can, right at this moment. And I want to encourage you today by what you see. Don't be encouraged by me. Be encouraged by what Jesus did. In spite of the jeers, in spite of the sneers, in spite of the yells calling for his death, in spite of being whipped and mistreated and beaten and having to carry his own cross, in spite of being ridiculed in front of his mother, his family, and his close associates, the show must go on. He teaches me why the show must go on. There's nothing more important than the gospel of Jesus Christ. There's nothing more important than presenting this word and this truth to a lost world that's dying in sin. We have a short time to do it. We need to be about our Father's business. We don't have that many more opportunities. We must work while it is day. Jesus teaches me the show must go on. Even if I'm wounded or injured, the show must go on. Despite Jesus' unpopularity, he teaches me, finish the job, handle your business. John 19:30 preaches to me, it speaks to me, it whispers to me. After all was said and done, Jesus said, it is finished. The show must go on. The show must be finished. The show must be completed. His death on the cross is a full example of why you and I need to press forward and not quit. Why none of us have an excuse for not doing the job that we know we ought to be doing. If Jesus can do it, we can do it. Let me say that once again. The show must go on. And if Jesus can do it, we can do it. I can do it. You can do it. Bruised, battered, beaten down, I can do it. The Apostle Paul talked about that in his writings in 1 Corinthians. Beaten and bruised and shipwrecked and snake-bitten, but Paul said the show must go on. Brothers and sisters, we need to stop making excuses. Weak, mealy excuses for why we can't get the Lord's work done. We're told to go into the world, take this gospel message and mission with us, teaching and baptizing and teaching all over again. We don't have an excuse. If Jesus can do it, if Jesus demonstrates how the show must go on, you and I need to be about our Father's business and working while it is day, because night is coming. So my goal today is to encourage you. Stop making excuses. Get up. And even at your most feeblest, weak moment, I challenge you to get up and press forward. I challenge you to finish your race, like Paul said in 2 Timothy 4 and verse 7. I have what? Fought the good fight, finished my course, kept the faith. The show must go on. In spite of the challenges, in spite of what the devil throws at you, in spite of the sneers and jeers of the crowd, in spite of the unpopularity of the gospel, in spite of the threat of persecution, the show must go on. Woe is it be unto you and me if we preach not the gospel of Jesus Christ. As I wind this down, Hebrews chapter 12, verses 1 and 2 is a great way to end it. I know you see my sling and I'm in pain right now, but you know what? The show must go on. Jesus did it, and so can I. Look to Jesus, the author and finisher of your faith. I want to encourage you while you're dancing on that stage. If you slip, fall, break your leg, get up again and finish your race. Finish your race. I'm sore. I'm slower right now. I'm healing. I'm bruised. I'm patched. I got staples on my chest. But the show must go on. And I want to encourage you. Get up. Get up and start working while it is day. Get up and finish the Father's business. God bless you. God keep you. And remember, if Jesus did it, you can do it. The show must go on. See you next time on The Morning Touch.